Hi, my name is Shireen, and the historical reenactment that I am going to be discussing today is Okinawan dance. Now, this is a little bit longer of a video, but that is because I wanted to give viewers the chance to actually watch the different dances that I wanted to discuss. There are 3 different dances. And so because of that, I will just put the time signatures in the description box below of when each of those start, with a little bit of my commentary on what those dances are. So if you want to go ahead and skip through those to be able to see rather than watching the entire dance, but I find these to be very beautiful to watch, so I wanted to include all of them. So I wanted to do Okinawan dances because I am Okinawan, and so it's a very special part of my life and a part of my culture, and I wanted to share that. This first dance is something that you would have seen in courts or performed for aristocrats or by aristocrats or the warrior class. The reason you can tell that is because the kimonos are much fancier. They include the wider belts, the more distinct colors, and the fancier prints, as well as the white-toed socks. So this particular dance has 2 sections, this flower section and then another section to come that is a little bit faster. I will just let you enjoy the rest of this one, and I will discuss the next one as it comes. Okay, this second dance. This second dance is something you would have seen that was for farmers or villagers. This is it's the fisherman's dance, and it it is to hope for good fish and for good crops. So these dances are actually being performed by women who have been certified as teachers and performers, who actually went to Okinawa to get those certifications. So these performances happened on World Uchinanshu Day or World Okinawan Heritage Day. So that's why you see the different people walking around. This particular dance happened towards the end of the day, so some of them are cleaning up and we're sitting down to eat. And you do hear some people participating in the background with some of the calls that happen back and forth in the music. One of the things that I really appreciate about historical reenactments, especially these kind of dance reenactments, is the participation with the audience. Many of the people in the audience have either performed these dances themselves or have seen them performed. And so they have, it's just brought a deeper sense of culture to the community here in Utah, but throughout the world, of Okinawans that perform these dances every year wherever they happen to live, whether that be in Okinawa or throughout the world. Every Okinawan or Uchinanshu Day, this is something that we do every year to respect our heritage and to celebrate the culture. So the woman in blue is actually playing the man's part, and it is very common for women to be playing both roles. It is usually females who are performing these dances, but she is playing the role of the fisherman, and that is told, one, by the way that the belt is wrapped, but also by the way that the headpiece is wrapped as well. And then the woman in red is playing the farmer who is gathering is a woman. This is the last dance that I'm going to be discussing. This last dance is actually something that would have been performed both by for the courts or by someone in the courts, or also farmers and both farmers or merchants. As you can see, the woman performing this is also playing the part of a man in this dance. Now, this particular dance mixes both dance as well as karate. The second part of the dance is a kata. Part of this is a reenactment of part of what happened after what is called the Great Sword Hunt, and that is when Japan was actually unified by I believe Toyotomi Hideyoshi. There was what they called the Great Sword Hunt, where they took all of the swords and weapons away from any non-samurai, so anyone who was not in the samurai class, which was an upper class. They took away all the weapons, and so anyone who was not in that class had to learn how to defend themselves with just their bodies, or things like farming tools. And this dance represents that part in Japanese and Okinawan history. So this is that part of that dance. Now, the difference between normal katas and a dance, a normal kata would not just be performed front to an audience as a dance is. Each of the movements would take place to the north, south, east, and west, rather than just frontward facing. And so this entire sequence would not be just performed the one time, it would be performed 4 separate times in each direction. And the very last part that I am going to leave you with is something that you can try at home if you would like, and it's to follow along with these sweet children. A big part of the reenactment is passing it along to future generations and instilling in them not just a love of dance, but a love of their culture as well. Thank you.